Join me today as we paint this fun painting, Oh Christmas Tree. Hi, welcome to another episode of The Rock and Roll Painter. Today we're going to do a fun little painting called Oh Christmas Tree. This is going to be a painting of a Christmas tree farm where you walk in, you see all the trees. It's going to be like in a fog at dusk, and there's going to be one big tree. And we're going to try to do something magical and put some lights on that thing today. So first thing we're going to do is do a few of these trees in acrylic, and then we're going to pull that down and put a canvas up and finish it off in oils. So see, I take this old ratty fan brush. I don't know if the camera can see that, this old ratty fan brush, because man, it does a good job. So the first thing we're going to do, this is acrylic paint. We're going to take and create a light gray, bluish gray kind of color, because some trees off in the distance will be lighter in value. And let's say we got a tree. Let's go a little bit lighter than that. Yeah, that shows up a little too dark. Let's go a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter. This tree's going to be off in the distance. Just kind of come down with that fan brush, and see, I like that old ratty brush. That really gives some nice effect of some needles in that tree. This tree's going to be off in the distance. It's going to be even shrouded in some fog when we get to that point. Got another little tree, some over here way back in the distance. These trees are way back, so there's not going to be a lot of detail in these. Like I said, by doing these trees in acrylic at first will allow me to paint some oils over them. Especially when I get ready to do the lights, I won't have a lot of layers of wet paint to go through. All right, now it may come a little bit darker. So I add some blue, add some black. Not a whole lot dark, we'll come a little bit darker. We'll put another tree up here, it's a little bit bigger, a little darker in value, so that means it's a little closer. These pine trees, I like to go toward the middle with the paint established. You see some of the limbs at the back to the front, then kind of pop out some of the limbs you see on the side. That's where you, normally in a evergreen like that, it's where the birds like to sit. In this painting, these Christmas trees, these are where you're going to hang those ornaments, where those branches are sticking out. Make that guy a little taller. Let's get some more paint. Let's see over here, we got another little tree. Another tree right here. You see how this old brush really gives some nice detail, some nice effect with those evergreen, those pine limbs. So we'll just make this tree a little bit wider, a little bit bigger. And by having the tree come down a little farther, it means that tree's a little closer. Now I'm gonna go dark, get some blue and some black. We're gonna do this big tree right in the middle. This is the tree that's gonna have some lights on it when we get done. And this tree's gonna be a little bit taller, but you never want anything right in the middle. So we're gonna go off to the side just a little bit. Bring this tree down. Like I say, I like to, when I start a evergreen, I like to keep it toward the middle, fill that middle of that tree up so it's not bare, because you would have limbs in the front and limbs in the back. You wouldn't see a lot of the trunk there. Get some more of this dark color. Then I can go back over and start popping out some limbs. And it really fills up. Some of the pine trees you see out in nature, you know, are thin and sparse, but these Christmas trees, the way they trim them and keep them growing, they're real thick. And this is a Christmas tree farm, so we're going to keep these limbs nice and thick. You see the limbs to hang those ornaments on. Kind of round that tree off at the bottom. And let's see if we wipe some of this excess paint off here real quick. Let me get some paper towels. We can put a little bit of, we'll get a little bit of blue, a little bit of white. And have some shadowy snow kind of on a couple of these trees. This gives kind of a shadowy snow kind of color. And you see how this old brush really gives a nice effect. Kind of gets some snow. And this tree's out at the tree farm, so there's still some snow on this before we cut it down and take it home. Get some more of this color. You might have a little bit A little bit of the shadowy snow back on some of these trees back here. And some of this tree back here, a little bit of shadowy snow. A little bit more of that snow. And there. Now, like I say, this is all in acrylic. This is all in acrylic. So I'm going to wash that out of my brush so my brush doesn't dry up real bad. Dry that out. And we're going to take this canvas off since this paint's still wet. It normally dries pretty quick, but we don't have time here today to let it dry out. So we'll get that out of the way. And we'll bring up one that's already dry. Same thing we did, but this is all dry so we can start applying some oils to it. As you can see, we got our trees off in the distance. We got our big tree. We got some shadow snow. And this little blue area here is just some blue gesso. It just helps with the shadow effect in the snow. Now let's make sure this brush is clean and dry. Make sure this brush is clean and dry. Some paper towels. But we're going to start with the bigger brush at first. We're going to start with a 1-inch brush. I have some white-based medium mixed with a little bit of dioxin purple and some ultramarine blue. That'll help give me some fog effect. So I'm going to take this white medium and apply it over all these trees. Get it up here nice and loose. I'm going to put this on here and then wipe it off the paper towel, and that'll give a nice fog effect. Believe it or not, this color might seem a little too purpley right now, but it'll look a whole lot better when we wipe it off, and that'll give the feel of some fog. I don't want to cover this big tree all the way, but I want to cover these trees in the back. Get these trees covered in the back. Get some more, just some liquid white, some a little lighter. You see, getting this white-based medium helps move the paint move around. We'll wipe off some of our excess color down here off the brush. And now with a clean brush, well, nope, we're going to take and wipe some of this off at first. Wipe some of this off. And you see now, well, we'll start getting that fog effect by wiping this off. Might take a few paper towels, but we'll get her wiped off. Take some paper towels. So we've done this before on here with some fall colors to give that fog effect, but now we're going to have a wintertime effect. It's dusk. Coming out here looking for that special tree to take home. I used to do that with my boys when they were young. That was always a fun day to go out and look for that tree. We'd always see that first one we liked, but we'd go looking around try to find that perfect one, and we usually ended up back at the first one we saw. It's funny how that always worked. You see now we get a nice fog effect back there. Those trees are off in the distance. I like the way that effect works. Let me get my hands clean, and we'll start dressing up these trees a little bit. Okay, those trees are fine. We're going to really work on this. We're going to light him up, bring him to life, and put some lights on him if that works out. So that same old ratty brush we had now, I'm going to go to some oil colors. I'm going to mix up some purple, some blue, some black, just get some nice dark colors. But I guess before I want to do that, I want to get some snow back here in the background in front of these trees behind that tree. So with a little bit of white and a little bit of blue, what a dirty kind of, not really a dirty kind of white, but a shadowy color white, kind of set those trees down on the ground back there. That gets that snow behind this tree. Then we get some more of that snow out here. Sets those trees down on the ground back there. Those trees aren't floating in the air. We'll work on that ground a little bit more. But anyway, with our dark color, we've got some blue, some black, some purple. Let's see if we can bring this tree to life now. So we'll establish the center of that tree. And by having this acrylic in it, like I said, I'm going to have some places where I can put those lights. I can see where there's the acrylic back there, but I'm not going to be going through a lot of layers of color of the oil, because I'd never get some of them colors to stick. And you'll see, we'll get to that what I'm talking about. But I'm going to leave some of these areas exposed. You won't really see them here, but I know where they're at, so I know where to put those lights. Say we'll bring that tree to life. All these trees are back in the fog, and this tree is up closer, so you see some detail with him. You see some detail. I had something interesting happen here recently. After these shows are broadcast, they go to YouTube, and I had some people from Ireland contact me that they had saw one of my shows on YouTube, And the lady there taught a class from one of my shows. I was real thrilled to hear that. So it's good to know these shows are being seen around the world. The power of the internet and YouTube. I was thrilled to see that. All right, let's keep working this tree. I don't want to get all this covered up because I need a place to put those lights, but I leave some spots open so I know where to put those lights. It's nice and dark down here in the snow. There we go. Now it's really bringing that tree to life. Really bringing that tree to life. Like I said, this old ratty brush really does a wonderful, wonderful job. Getting those nice loose things. And the Christmas tree is always a nice full tree. And these trees, as you can see, there's room to walk through them. I get the feel of a Christmas tree farm is what I was trying to capture here now. So I take some of this color off. Once again, we'll put a little bit of snow in here. A little bit of blue, a little bit of white. Say shadowy snow is always kind of a bluish kind of color. Tap that over. We'll put some snow on this tree. Put some snow. Like I say, I can't stress enough how this old brush does a nice effect to give the feel of some pine needles. Really does a nice job. Nice and dark when we get down here. Nice and dark. Really see a nice full Christmas tree. This is the one that, say the first one we see, we'd always try to remember what it is, but we'd go back and look at a bunch of other trees and always come back to that first one we saw. Funny how that happens, but it seemed like that was the same story every year. Now we're going to put a little bit of lighter snow on there. A little bit of lighter snow. Just go into some straight white, maybe a little bit of color in there. And we'll come back and put a little bit of highlight on here, a little bit of snow. Like I said, this tree is out here away from the fog. Well, it's clear from the fog, so you can kind of see the detail. There we go. Get a little bit of color, a little bit of snow. Get a little bit of snow up on that. Now, I really, really like how that looks. Now, let me clean my hands up, and we're going to see what we can do to establish or to create some Christmas lights on the tree. What I like to do is even take a Q-tip. If I see a spot I know where I'm going to put a light, just make sure I can remove a little bit of the color. We'll do a couple here. Do one there, one here. Kind of work our way around where I don't see a lot of color. See if I remember where I did all those. If you do it right, you don't have to do that. If you look through and see where you don't have a lot of paint. But if you have a lot of layers of paint, if you didn't have that acrylic background, if you had a lot of layers of paint, you'd never get these next layers to stick. So let's see what we can do. If I take some orange, some cad orange, load it up on a round brush, this is going to be the glow in those lights. Say we got a light right there. Say we got a light popping right there. And we'll have a light popping right there. This is going to be the glow of the light. We got to establish that first. Say we got one there. I know I tried to clean up a little right there. You see there was a lot of paint, so I was having trouble getting that color to stick. Where you don't have a lot of paint is where you can really get that color to stick. Let's get some light over here. This is going to be the glow around those Christmas lights. Let's say we need another one right there. And maybe something down over here. Maybe one right there, just to kind of give a little balance. Say we got something right in here. Get a little orange. See, all that paint there, you got to be careful where you put these. So we're going to call that good. We're going to call that good. Now we're going to take a little bit of yellow, take a liner brush. We're going to establish some light in there. Get a liner brush and some yellow. Get some yellow. And we're just going to put some, this is going to be the light. Then we're going to put some sparkle on these here in a minute too. We get the orange, get the yellow, we get a big glob of yellow there. See if we can get something to stick there. And so you gotta be careful. If you work through a lot of layers of paint, that yellow and the blue will turn to green. You get a green light going there. We don't want that. There, you get that yellow sticking there. Get some of that yellow here, some of the yellow there. Get some of that yellow, get some more color here. Don't be afraid to use some color. Get some yellow there, some yellow. So it's going to be the light, and we're going to add some more color. We're going to add some white and really give a sparkle to these lights. Really give a sparkle. Let's see if I got yellow in all these. Okay, that looks good. One thing I should have done, while we still got time, let's put a little, we're going to have a star on top of that tree. So we'll need our glow for that light, for that star. Go back to our liner here with some yellow. Really load that up with a lot of yellow paint. Get that star glowing. You might even have some light kind of flicking out a little bit. Now let's really make some sparkle in those lights. Gonna get my hand clean, Get my hand clean here, get a clean brush. Now with just some white here, load that up, get a thick little ball of white. We'll start up here at the top, put some white right in the middle of that light. We're gonna have to work with each light, get a little bit of color, like a little ball of paint on there. Get some light, that's gonna be the sparkle. We're gonna do one more little trick to really make those sparkle here. Get some white in there. Like I say, if you're working through a lot of layers of yellow oil paint, you would not get this color to stick right here. You could just wait for it to dry, but in a class setting, we like to do everything at one time. That's what's called alla prima painting, direct painting. Do it all at one time. Get some of that white there, let's get some of that white there. Get some of that white. That's going to be the light in here. Now, if we got some white in there, we can come back to some of these, really pull that white out. Like that, give a little bit of sparkle to that, a little bit of sparkle. Pull some of that white out. Keep it clean, keep your brush clean. Where was that? We didn't have much white on that one. Kind of pull some of that white out and give a little bit of sparkle to that, a little bit of shimmer. Pull some of that light out, and hopefully that's will read on screen. You get the feel of some Christmas lights. That's what we're trying to give the illusion. Oh, my friend and mentor, Marion Dutton, over in England. She's the one that showed me this little trick, so I got to give her a shout out for that, for these little Christmas lights. There, you see how you can get some glistening light there, just by pulling out on those. Get some glistening light there. That's starting to work there. Now I don't think I had any yellow up on that one or any white. Let's go back and get some more white. Put some white on that guy and pull some of that color out. Give that little sparkle, that little glistening. Now we need some glistening effect up on that star. We got our yellow, got our orange. Let's get some white. Get some white up here. Really get a big light going there, and pull some of that color out. It's amazing how much paint I can get on my hands. I'm going to try to stay clean. Try to stay clean. All right, let's get another paper towel. Get this brush clean, get some more of that white. There's a nice big, you need a big glob of that paint, and then kind of pull out. Kind of give, there we go, kind of give some sparkle to that light. That light's really glowing. Now, I know when you walk into a Christmas tree farm and see this tree, it doesn't have these lights on it, but I could always, when you see a perfect tree, you can just see it glowing there, and that's the effect I'm trying to get. This was always fun times with my boys when we went out and found these trees. So let's set this tree on the ground now. We need some white, need some of that dirty white. Let's get some snow under this tree, pull some of that color out. Get some of that color back in there, some of that snow. Need a little darker value. There's some shadowy snow back here. There, get some shadowy snow. Get some of that snow back in here, pull some of that color out, setting that tree down on the ground. Like there, you can see the shadow underneath that tree. You can really get the feel of that tree being down on the ground. Now if we get some of that snow here, some of that blues and purples, give some of that shadow. With all this light in this tree, with all this light, I see some lighter spots here. You see some light growing around that tree. Make that tree really pop. Get some light growing there. Right around the base of that tree, you see that light just glowing. It really setting that tree up. So let's take a clean brush, just kind of lightly pull that snow around. Really light that tree up. There, let's stop and take a look at that. There, really like you got the feel of a Christmas tree farm. This is the tree we like, how it's nice and lit up. One thing I see I can still do, I can add just a little bit more snow. A little bit more snow in there. Really load that brush up. Get some of that white paint, get that old brush just opened up. And get some more of the snow in there, because it's a snowy day. Now I don't worry about if I cover up some of those areas. Get some of that snow all the way down there. Really like the feel of a Christmas tree. Makes you want to start singing some Christmas songs. But I'll save you the torture there. I won't sing anything. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. My favorite thing to do with the painting, we'll get a little bit thinner, a little bit of my dark color here. And we'll sign our name right here, my JDW. This is called Oh Christmas Tree. Really like the way that tree looks. Hopefully this show will show somewhere around Christmas time, somewhere around the holiday season. Hopefully it brings a smile to somebody's face. There's my JDW. That paint's a little thin, so I'm not getting a good signature here. I want everybody to know it was me painted it. There we go. Now we get some color there. My JDW. My favorite part of a painting. Really like how it turned out. Okay, you know the routine now. I really like to see a painting into a frame. So let's take it out of here and walk over and put this in a frame. Here we go. Okay, as always, I love to see a finished painting into a frame. Get it on the wall, let people enjoy it, that way nobody's touching it. Kind of lock that in here real temporarily. Set this up in the easel. There we go. That is called Oh Christmas Tree, and I really like the feel of an old Christmas tree farm, going in and finding the right tree, and there's the right tree all lit up. That is old Oh Christmas Tree. So if you'd like to know more about this style of painting, feel free to contact me at jdwayne@therockandrollpainter.com. Thanks for watching.